Hello there. This is the We Missed the Exit show, and we're going to do our Saudi Arabian Grand Prix preview. Race is going to start in just about 2 hours, and we are very excited for the race. Interesting developments going on with the race as far as qualifying goes, and we'll get to that in just a second. So, as far as news goes, not a whole lot of news going on. We'll talk about this in just a little bit, but Leclerc is going to take a penalty um, for last week, he had to get a new engine, so he's already taken a penalty. Not a good sign for the rest of the season, but hopefully this does not become common. But who knows? Maybe it wasn't Mateo's fault the whole time. It was though. All right. So the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix Jeddah circuit is today. Street course and I think it's a pretty fast race, pretty fun. Um, Twists and turns and stuff like that. It's really frustrating this number 27 turn where everyone seems to be having issues. Um, uh, Verstappen had issues last year, hitting the wall where he had that really fast lap, but I guess we'll just have to wait to see what happens. But a lot of issues with going over the line, which is pretty crazy considering there's a wall on both sides of that turn. But I guess your one of your wheels can't cross the line going into the pits or something. It's a weird rule that obviously not everyone knew about because several laps were taken away during qualifying yesterday. So qualifying, Red Bull is on top. That is Sergio Perez's Red Bull. Uh, Max Verstappen not on pole. Leclerc not on pole. They're both in the second square. So Sergio Perez, fastest in Q2 and Q3. He did amazing yesterday. Really fast. He beat Alonso by half a second, almost half a second, which I mean the Red Bull just has crazy pace. We'll see if everyone can catch up as Red Bull goes into dealing with their penalties as far as no wind tunnel and how that hurts their development. But that Red Bull is fast, you can tell, because the green Red Bull with the Mercedes engine is in second. Leclerc did end up in second at the end of qualifying, but is again taking a 10 spot penalty for the race today due to having to get the new engine. So we have Perez one and Alonso number two. Russell's going to start third. Sainz is going to start fourth. Stroll fifth. Ocon sixth. Hamilton seventh. Piastri eighth. Gasly's ninth. Hulkenberg is going to be 10th. Again, the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all got 11, all got a little bump because Leclerc went down. Zhou's going to be 11th. Leclerc is going to be in 12th. Magnussen 13th, Bottas 14th, Verstappen 15th. Now Verstappen, um, way behind, but that's just because his engine or transmission died on his lap in Q2, and um, I believe they said you're allowed four until you get penalties, so he's not taking a penalty for that. But he is going to be starting in 15th. The only person to win from 15th, they said, was Alonso in, I believe, Spain. So we'll see what happens, or Singapore. I think it was Singapore. We'll see. Verstappen has won from 14th before. Um, we'll get to my predictions in just a second. I think he does great. I think he gets through the middle of the pack, but we'll see if he can get to first. Continuing on, Sonoda's going to be in 16th. Albon's starting 17th. De Vries is starting 18th. Norris 19th. He also had issues. He hit the wall, was only able to put in one real lap, which is why he's starting so low. And Sargent is going to be in 20th. Now, Sargent had a really good lap time deleted, and he slightly went over the line. I thought it was pretty ridiculous. I think there was a good chance he would have made Q2. He just had a great lap. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I think he has great pace. I don't think he ends up in last in tomorrow's race. We'll see what happens though. So my predictions for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. I think Perez is going to win this race. I think he just That Red Bull is fast. He beat Alonso by 30 seconds last race. I think he just gets out there, pulls away, and just does what he does. I bet he starts on softs and just runs them right into the ground like he always does. Um, have his tires last a long time, and then possibly switches to hards or maybe even mediums halfway through the race. So we'll see what happens there. Alonso, I think, is going to end up, or sorry, Sainz is going to end up in second, as fast as the Aston Martin is. I do believe that Ferrari is faster. I think they had some issues last week, and I think they correct them, and I think Sainz ends up in second here. Alonso, I have in third. I think Leclerc makes it through the pack, ends up in fourth. I think he holds up Verstappen, who ends up in fifth. Both of them, I think, are going to have trouble getting around Hamilton, who I do have in sixth. I think he gets around Russell. Um, Stroll I have in eighth, Ocon ninth, and Gasly 10th. Those Alpines seem like decent cars. They're just not fast enough to keep up with the top tier, but I think they do uh, keep space from everybody else. Um, Now, there's always the question, which Mercedes causes an accident? We almost had one last race. It's been a while. I think we're for sure going to have one of the Mercedes cause a crash this race. It's all about who causes it and who they run into. Hopefully, it's none of the top people. Me personally, I think George Russell is going to cause an accident. Um, so he's starting in third. I think there's some issues, and I think there's a chance that we have a Russell Stroll collision during the race. Um, but there's even a chance that he finds a way to take out someone else like Lando Norris. But we'll see. Going into fantasy, I have Sainz, Hamilton, Sargent, DeVries, Alonso, and Aston Martin. Feeling really good about my team. I did really good last week, currently in third. Um, but I like my team a lot, and I do have some money left over, which will help me once I have to start replacing some of my drivers. But Alonso being my double point driver last week definitely helped out a lot. I think a lot of people had that though. All right, can't wait for the race today. Starts in just under 2 hours. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram. You can also find us on YouTube. Probably should add that on here at some point. But follow us on the social medias. We Miss the Exit. We're most active on Instagram, especially if you're into basketball. NHL playoffs are coming up soon, so we'll be doing a lot of that. March Madness is going on right now, but we're not posting a lot about that because, like most people, our brackets are already messed up. All right. Thanks for watching the We Miss the Exit show, the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix preview, and we'll be here hopefully sometime next week to do the review. Probably be a couple days in. Got a lot going on, but again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.